Why South Korea should go nuclear. The bomb is the best way to contain the threat from the North. This is so fucked. This is such a fucked opinion. And the tragedy of this is that it's written by Robert Kelly and Min Hyung Kim. I don't know Min Hyung, but Bob Kelly is a longtime friend of mine. I made a documentary that had him featured in it. But he's writing this piece, and apparently we clearly disagree based on the title. One paragraph from this essay, very controversial, and it intersects with this whole question of North Korea summit diplomacy and a peace treaty, and if we're trying to reduce North Korean nuclear weapons. In this piece they say the biggest obstacle to South Korean nuclearization is not a domestic constituency, but a foreign one, the United States. There is a deep, decades-old bipartisan opposition in Washington to nuclear proliferation, even among U.S. allies. American opponents of South Korean nuclearization, though, exaggerate the policy's downsides. They underappreciate its benefits, and they ignore that the United States' own liberal values call for Washington to tolerate a democratic partner's national security choices, even when it dislikes them. That's the gist of the piece. They're making a logical argument, but again, it's only a logical argument if you've given up even on arms control, which itself was usually a compromise way of deflecting from disarmament. We've accepted the wrong premises. South Korea going nuclear is super fucked. So I've written publicly, South Korean should not go nuclear. I've been very clear about that. Toby Dalton and I who works at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. We wrote an essay in Global Asia magazine a year ago, I think, about this. South Korea should not go nuclear. There's all kinds of strategic reasons, political reasons, and moral reasons why that's the case. But the thing that troubles me here is that if South Korea goes nuclear, there is no chance whatsoever that we're going to get nuclear concessions from North Korea. None. There's a good chance we'll get nuclear concessions from North Korea if we do summit diplomacy, diplomatic normalization, if we reduce our troop presence in Korea, if we offer sanctions relief, if we come at them with a package of shit that says, we would like to relate to you differently than we have in the past. We've shat the bed for 40 years and we'd like to fix that. If that's how we came at North Korea, we could get meaningful nuclear concessions from North Korea. But if we're letting South Korea go nuclear, North Korea is just going to arms race. They're going to try to maintain nuclear superiority. And I cannot think of anything more volatile than an inter-Korean nuclear arms race. There would be no excuse to have an alliance with South Korea in that context. We should not have South Korea as an ally if they are going to go nuclear and we're going to accept a nuclear arms race on the Korean Peninsula. Fuck that. There's no point to it. We shouldn't be a party to it. Will South Korea go nuclear? I don't know. It seems like it's a bit overdetermined at this point, But should they? Fuck no. It's not good for their security. It's not good for the Asian peace. It's not good for the U.S. It's certainly not good for the Korean people. Hopefully better angels prevail. But I gotta say, it should be fucking obvious. But the summit diplomacy, we should normalize diplomatic relations with North Korea to counter China. That's not possible if we're going to let South Korea go nuclear. So we're going to have to figure out our priorities here.